For 22 years, Oda has been quietly weaving the story of Elbaf into one piece, planting seeds that have grown into one of the series' most intricate payoffs. It doesn't just spring into existence. Every hint from Little Garden onward is a thread in a masterful tapestry, carefully laid out across hundreds of chapters. On that prehistoric isle, we weren't just witnessing a one-off giant fight scene filled with raw power and unbreakable vows. We were seeing the first notes of a symphony Oda began composing at the very start of the Grand Line adventure, with giants as symbols of enduring honor. Here's the payoff. Every clue from Little Garden through Dressrosa, Whole Cake, Wano, and now the Egghead aftermath converges on Elbaf's grand reveal, tying loose ends from over 2 decades of storytelling. Let's trace those 22 years of setup, from early promises to Norse-inspired myths, and see how the payoff at Elbaf finally redefines what power and honor mean in one piece, challenging even the Straw Hat's own ideals. Fast forward through the series, this giant hunting quest is rarely in the spotlight, but Oda kept dribbling hints like breadcrumbs, leading to a hidden treasure. In Water 7 and Enies Lobby, the very concept reappears in a pivotal way. After dealing with the Galley Law Company and the high-stakes CP9 mission, Luffy and Usopp encounter Oimo and Kashi, the 2 massive Little Garden giants guarding the gate. The story impact of Little Garden tells us that Usopp's bond with the giants pays off here massively. He exposes the world government's lies about Dorry and Brogy being dead, inspiring these guardians to turn against their manipulators and aid the Straw Hats in their desperate escape. Even these seemingly minor characters were influenced by learning the truth from the giant's legend, showing how Oda uses personal connections to bridge arcs separated by years. Oimo and Kashi even mention their dream of one day seeing Elbaf, learned from ancient stories passed down like folklore, which ties back directly to Little Garden's warrior tales. In other words, a promise made to visit Elbaf in the earliest arcs is still alive in Water 7, proving Oda's commitment to callbacks that reward longtime fans. This moment isn't isolated. It echoes the Giants' code of honor, where promises outweigh deception, setting a thematic foundation for Elbaf's deeper conflicts. Beyond direct mentions, the tone and themes of Giants recur subtly, building layers of anticipation across the new world. Around Whole Cake Island, we get echoes in Big Mom's hallucinatory rages and her fractured memories, mirroring the giant's timeless grudges and altered perceptions of reality, a nod to absinthe-like elixirs that Oda ties to Elbaf's lore. In Wano, Norse legend vibes intensify with dragon-slaying myths and isolated warrior clans, as if to underscore a Viking aesthetic. Oda's inspiration in the SBS confirms this. Elbaf culture draws heavily from Scandinavia, complete with mead halls and epic feuds. Throughout, giants have been portrayed as colossal figures who prize honor above all, yet live in a world changing faster than they do, outpaced by human ambitions and government schemes. They see time differently, something even Oda revealed in the latest SBS. In Elbaf, time flows 3 times slower than normal, making centuries feel like mere decades to them. That literally enshrines the idea that a 100-year war on Little Garden could feel brief to Dorry and Brogy, turning their endless duel into a poignant symbol of patience. It also foreshadows the way Elbaf's conflicts will come full circle. By making decades nearly trivial for giants, Oda sets up how they carry grudges and history that dwarf a human life, contrasting Luffy's impulsive freedom with their weighted legacy. These thematic threads, honor clashing with progress, time bending under giant perception, weave through post-time skip arcs, priming readers for Elbaf's explosive arrival. All these arcs quietly built toward the Elbaf payoff, layer by layer, without ever stealing the main stage. Now, when the story finally reaches the giants' homeland after the Egghead incident's chaos, it isn't just about a big fight or spectacle. It's the culmination of world building and theme, where early whispers become thunderous revelations. Recall, even the official wiki notes the Little Garden arc introduces the giants, and Elbaf becomes a destination of the Straw Hat Pirates in the Elbaf arc, a journey plotted since chapter 117. Indeed, in the Elbaf arc itself, Dorry and Brogy reappear exactly with Elbaf on their minds. They tell the Straw Hats they left Little Garden only to go back to Elbaf for new weapons so they could resume their duel, a vow unbroken after 2 decades. That single line is proof of Oda's long game. A duel started before Luffy even entered the Grand Line, only to find its next chapter in the final saga, with the giants now entangled in island-wide strife. Their return isn't random. It loops in Usopp's sniper promise, the dwarves' dreams, and even Shanks' mysterious detour to Elbaf, hinting at road poneglyph secrets. On arrival in Elbaf, all those narrative strands tie together in a whirlwind of lore and action. The giants' culture of honor versus warfare, the forgotten origins of their conflicts, even the dwarves' promises, all meet their crucible amid Lego-like castles, shape-shifting cats, and giant bees. We see that Elbaf was more than a brute force island of warriors. It holds the keys to the true history of giants and perhaps the Void Century, with ties to Nika's Dawn and ancient texts rivaling Wano's secrets. The warlike reputation of Elbaf is undercut by Mont d'Or's quest for peace amid Big Mom's echoes, and now Loki's revolt and the fall of King Harold expose how the very things Dorry and Brogy fought against, endless cycles of pride, can also fall aside. Loki's potential alliance or clash with Luffy, fueled by Shanks' intel and divine axes, adds Norse mythology depth, positioning Elbaf as a battleground for dawn versus darkness. In the end, the point Oda makes is this: Elbaf's strength wasn't meant as an end in itself. It was always meant to script a new chapter on power's purpose, where giants confront their own illusions and timelines. By planting Elbaf in Little Garden and echoing it ever since, from Usopp's vows to Egghead's floating eggs foreshadowing incidents, Oda has shown the Straw Hats, and us, that true strength comes with memory and responsibility. Those 2 giants' ancient dispute, which seemed pointless back then, turns out to embody the weight of a people's history, much like the Void Century's buried truths. The Straw Hats' decision to honor or change that legacy, perhaps through Luffy's Nika evolution bringing literal dawn to the island, is the real payoff, blending combat with profound growth. Luffy and friends don't just punch foes. By the end of Elbaf's story, they'll redefine what it means to be a giant among nations, merging courage with compassion, remembering the past without being trapped by it, and breaking cycles that span generations. This evolution ties into broader themes, like hallucinations revealing lost memories or Loki's axe hinting at celestial clashes, making Elbaf a pivot for the series' endgame. Wrap up. Oda's 22-year setup for Elbaf proves that you can drop a clue in Chapter 70 and reap its harvest in Chapter 1126 and beyond, from Dorry's duel to shape-shifting mysteries. Every line about those giants, every vow to visit their home, threads into a final tableau about the passage of time, the cycles of war, and the future of the world government's downfall. It's a masterclass in long-term storytelling, a payoff that trusts in patience and the intelligence of the reader, outshining even Egghead's wild foreshadows. What do you think is Elbaf's greatest foreshadow? Which Little Garden echo matters most? Usopp's promise, the time dilation, or Loki's axe? I'd love to hear your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, like, subscribe, and share for more One Piece breakdowns.